Hey, Kris, just right here. The mistakes are part of the game. They happen. They've been happening through the playoffs. You guys have been able to overcome them for the most part. But it seemed like when you make that big mistake and it ends up in the back of your net, how frustrating is that? And how tough is it to get over something like that?
Yeah, it's take away the momentum. Think about the second period and how well we started, and we had a couple breakaways, some really good slot chances, and then we don't score on those. And I liked where we were going after the Fogle scored that huge goal. I really liked our team, the execution, the energy. Like I said, we had some really good chances to go ahead. Their goalie made some nice saves, and then they dump a puck in, and we're down 2-1. That was a tough one.
Right side, front row, Jason.
Kris, you look at your team, and often you've improved a lot defensively, and offense has always been your calling card. And right now, you're struggling to finish. As Connor said, he can only speak for himself, but he goes, "We're getting looks, we're just not finishing." What are you seeing? What's not there in the finishing department? Is there anything the group can do better?
No, it's over a course of time. There's always luck involved in it. Luck on the chances that you get. Do they go in? The goaltender that you play obviously has a huge part of that. For chances, 2 of the 3 games, I think we're at or above our expected goals for how many chances that we're creating. Besides the game 2, that was a lot lower. But game 1 and 3, we're playing well enough to score goals, or we're putting ourselves in a good enough position to score goals. And the finishing is just a lot of it is just confidence, shooting the puck, and hopefully the third period will give us some confidence that we actually had a push and we can put it in the net.
Stay in that same row, Jim.
Well, the last 2 goals you scored, by Broberg and McLeod, the kind of goals you have to score on this goaltender you're playing against. In front of him, blocking his view, those are the kind of goals you got to score, and there haven't been enough of those.
That's the scouting report on every goaltender in the league. You need traffic. You need to create chaos around the net with rebounds and pucks going off skates. We've seen those in the playoffs, for and against us, and I thought we showed that urgency, determination to get to the net, and we just got to continue to do that.
In that same row, Josh.
Kris, it's a deep hole. How do you keep the belief alive? And are you more psychologist than coach over the next 48 hours?
I don't think there's much to be said, or I think there's a lot of belief. You look at our season this year, and we've had 2 8-game winning streaks. We've had a 16-game winning streak. When things go well, we can really turn it up, and I think we've showed that we can beat this team. I think there's a lot of belief in that. It's not like we're getting outplayed and we're just, that team's better than us. I don't think there's anything that I need to say to the team and convince them otherwise. I think everyone in that dressing room feels the same way I do. Is we can string together a lot of wins. We've shown it. Obviously, the stakes are a little bit higher. We're playing a better team than we would in the regular season. But I don't think there's any doubt in our room.
We'll take a few more left side, third row, Dan.
Hey, Kris, based on what you just said, I'm wondering if the frustration of being down the way you guys are, can that cloud the belief a little bit at this point?
Well, if there was any time to have frustration, it would have been 4-1 going into the third period. And you look at our team, it didn't look like there was much frustration. There's frustration that we're down. But there's a difference between frustration and quitting. There's absolutely no quit. There's a belief that we can do this. So we just need to keep pushing.
Left side, fourth row, Corey.
Kris, you mentioned the third period push. Was that a case of anything you guys were doing differently, or kind of that puck luck that you've talked about turning around?
I think the pucks went in the net. I don't think we had any more chances. Chances might have been looked a little bit different. But, we were talking in the staff, or the coaches after the room, and we've had more breakaways in these 3 games than we've had throughout the rest of the playoffs. We're getting our chances. Hopefully now there's a point where they're going to go in, and we saw a little bit of that in the third period.
We'll take 2 more. Right side, second row, Daniel.
Kris, you were asked obviously about the offense and players just not scoring. Is that what makes this hole that you're in so vexing? Is that your top guys that have done it all year just aren't scoring?
Absolutely. They're playing well. They're making plays. And just the puck hasn't gone in. So you look at the stat line, you say, well, what's going on? They're not contributing. They're playing well, and they're playing hard. But like our team, especially for our top guys, puck's not going in. And there's only an amount of time that you can keep those guys off the score sheet. It's not like you're a fourth liner who has to get 50, 60 shots. These guys, there's only a matter of time. And they've gone through their ups and downs through the regular season. And during those regular seasons, they haven't scored for, a short period of time. But wasn't like they weren't playing well. You think of Connor during the, I believe it was February, when he was racking up all those assists. He was playing well. You could say, geez, he wasn't scoring goals. But, I kind of see that with our top guys. They're playing well, and they're playing hard. There's just an element of puck luck. And puck luck was that, does it go in the net, or is their goalie making the save? And you guys can decide on that. But I think they're doing everything they need to do.
Last one, left side, fourth row, Tony.
Kris, did you get an explanation on the play involving Jan Mark in the late stages of the game from the ref?
No, I didn't.